chicken heart.
I now have two little marks where I've been bitten a little bit.
Your hat will be another collection for them later.
I feel like I have to shout for you to be able to hear me. This place is absolutely incredible. We are Jonty and Millie, and along with our kids, we look for the amazing wonders of our world, living in Singapore and exploring beyond. Welcome to Wonderlust. Hello everybody, we are here at the Marimari Cultural Village in Borneo.
Yeah, I haven't really looked up much about this. You and the kids were looking up a little bit yesterday. So this is like going to be a complete surprise visit for me, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, so we're going to, I guess, find out a bit more about the village life here, and we're going to bring you guys along on the journey.
You are going to experience, you are going to explore the traditional houses. Did everyone agree for the election of the leader?
Yeah.
So what is your name?
Milo.
Milo. Yeah, okay, so today Milo, you have a task for today. Yeah? If you cannot answer the question, or maybe the chief from the Murut village feels unhappy with your answer for some reason, yeah, your hat will be another collection for them later. Are you okay with that? Okay. Are you okay?
No.
Yes. Yeah, no. Okay, so but don't worry, nothing happened to you, yeah, I promise. Okay, so one more time we need to give a round of applause. Thank you so much, Mr. Milo.
Sure, it said only 10 people on the bridge at a time.
Did it? Okay, we've started and we're on a fairly rickety wooden bridge. More rickety in the middle. There was a sign saying only 10 people on it, but there's about 15 of us, so let's hope we're all a little bit lighter. Oh, it is wobbly, and we're going over some flowing rapids, which is beautiful. We just tried the honey, which was amazing. It tasted a little bit sour, and it was a bit lighter in flavour, and it's because it's got folic acid in it. And it's made by these honeybees which are black and stingless, and so they're all flying around us, and there was no panic in chewing, which was great.
Because rumus, they are known as the uniqueness
Tastes like
about
apple
the
juice.
traditional clothes. Because they will wear it, a beautiful accessory.
Aspen's right. It does taste a little bit like apple juice. There's a slight vinegariness to it. Really nice.
We're about to go into the longhouse, which is made out of wood and atap leaves. And back in the day of these tribes, the whole community would have lived in there. So we're looking forward to going in and checking it out.
One for one family.
Nice.
This is how they start light up the fire, by using these materials.
Leader, show the way.
Marimari.
It is warm today. It's a different kind of warm to Singapore, but I'm sweating. But that first house we just went into, called the Long House, the whole tribe would live in one long house essentially. The women and children, like the girls, they would sleep in one. Each family would have their own little sleeping quarter, and then the men would sleep outside to protect everybody, and then the leader, who Milo was our appointed leader today, would have their own room to sleep in. But the houses could get really long with how many tribes, for how many families, sorry, were in one tribe, which is awesome.
We are learning so much here today. It's pretty cool to be able to find out how people used to live around here. The guide Zul was just talking about how back in the day the tribes people here were headhunters. They would go and chop the heads off of people, and they would sometimes do some sort of preservation, take the eyes out, take the skin off to be able to hang up the skulls, to be able to protect their food and their possessions. Behind me is a platform essentially where the villagers' rice would be kept, and they would hang up some heads there to warn away any thieves. he spotted that I had a couple of tattoos and said actually some of these tribesmen, every time they took someone's head, they would get a new tattoo per head. So he said that I was obviously quite influential in the I would have been in the tribe, as I had so many tattoos. So we were just taught how they make the rice wine, and basically they take some rice and they pound it in here, turn it into some sort of yeast, and eventually they'll put it all together with the rice over here and keep it inside this jar for up to 5 weeks for it to ferment and become rice wine, and we're about to go and try it.
Try, our leader, please try. No? Sir? Can? Oh, I'm scary. Because I serve this montoku to underage. Give you a small one. Yeah, don't worry, a small one. So on count. 1, 2, 3. Alamati.
Millipede.
How does that? You like?
Good, very good.
Good, nice, right? Okay, so now I will let you try the second rice wine.
The first one was a lot sweeter and more tasty. This one doesn't really taste very much, but it's all good. Feels a bit stingy in my arm. Hopefully it's all okay.
It's, this one?
No, it looked like the legs were further apart, potentially. And it wriggled, looked more like that one.
This one.
More like that. So I've accidentally caused a bit of concern because a centipede of some sort had dropped from the roof and landed on my arm, where I now have two like little marks of where it has been, where I've been bitten a little bit, and then it fell. It was quite heavy, and then it ran into the bushes, and there's a bit of concern.
This has a blend capable of producing some cause allergic reaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not poisonous.
It's not poisonous. Yeah, allergic reaction. Yeah.
I'm okay for now.
Are you okay with that? Yeah. Yeah. You just inform me if you feel something like a different, unusual.
Sure.
Yeah. You just inform me directly. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Behind me on the tree is actually a coffin. The Marimari people would collect the dead bodies of their family and put them into a larger pot than that one, let all the water and the fluids from the body exit, and then when it was just a skeleton 5 or 6 years later, put them to a smaller pot just like that one and attach it to the tree. Amazingly, we just found out that the Marimari actually were still headhunting until 1953. They'd only stopped for a short while from 1940 to 1943, and then they started up again during the World War, and then finally finished 1953, only a few years ago really.
Watch the comment. You are stronger.
I'm having a really lovely time finding out about the history of the people. The kids are loving it. They're like at the front every single time, every time we go to the next place. They're asking hundreds and hundreds of questions to our guide, who's answering all of them. So this is amazing if you're like older or a family. I would highly recommend coming here, and it just gives a little bit more history. We always talk about, we love finding out the history about an area, and this is just something so different. I'm loving it.
This is kue jala. Kue is cake or cookie, and jala is fish net. So you can see how it's made here, and it's made into a triangle which represents unity. I'm going to try some. Mmm. Mmm. Oh, it's sweet. It's delicious.
Yeah, sedap kan? They do have to sell this in the Philippines. Yeah, come on, have a try. Kui panjaram.
Ah, thank you.
Fabric from the prince. For the prince.
This home is traditional in the way of the Filipino people who used to, who would come here and had intermarried with people in this region. They are the only ones with fabrics all around, which would show that they're rich, they're educated, very well off, and they were envied by all the other tribes. Finally, the time had come for Milo to come face to face with the Marut tribe leader, where he had to answer a selection of questions under the threat of losing his head.
Milo, Marimari, where you come from? Can you protect them?
With permission to enter the Marut village, we made our way into the Marut Longhouse, where we were welcomed with small shots of local coffee and a demonstration on a traditional trampoline.
Ready? 1, 2, 1. Ready? 1, 2, jump! Okay, now. Ready? 1, 2, jump!
That was a lot of fun. We're now heading off to see some sort of performance, which we're really, really excited about, traditional performance. So, yeah.
Like the henna tattoos, and it'll stay there for about 5 to 7 days.
Yes.
2 years.
Yes.
Just let this henna dry half an hour, yeah? Half an hour.
That cultural show was just brilliant. It was great to see them dancing and to do some of the tribal dances too. I love the bit where they had their sticks together and they had to avoid them and their feet. And then the best bit was when they got called Millie up to go and dance with them, which was really great. It's been an amazing experience. We're coming to the end of our experience here at the Marimari Cultural Village. It has been absolutely brilliant. I'm not sure what we're up to next, but we're heading on somewhere. The tour included a delicious lunch where a selection of local flavours were on offer.
So we picked up some food. There's rice, noodles, some quays, desserts as well. Some things that are familiar, some things that aren't familiar. I didn't realise how hungry I was and how hot I was. So I just put my hair up and thankfully sat right next to a fan. The rain is coming down, so I think that's going to cool everything off. But this has just been amazing. Sitting in here like another wooded building, it's just a completely immersive experience. I've loved all of it thoroughly.
So we are finishing our amazing day here at the Filipino Market in Borneo. We're thrilled to be here. The place is an absolute feast for the eyes at the moment.
Yeah, it's loud. There you can smell barbecue. There's like fish, sausages, chicken wings being cooked. It's incredible.
We're ready to eat. Let's go find some stuff. So what do you think?
Yummy.
Is it hot? Not too bad?
Chicken heart. Quite chewy. It's meaty, it's nice. I like it.
So we've got no real kind of method around today. We're just going through the different sections. We've been through a whole street where they're barbecuing loads of stuff, and now we're going to what looks like dried fish sort of area, and it looks incredible. I'm absolutely amazed by the stacks and stacks of fried fish or dried fish that is just all around the place. I can't imagine how any population could get through all of it, but I guess it must be involved in a lot of the cuisine because there are just reams of the stuff. It's quite amazing, so many different varieties too.
This is all the fruits and vegetables, and it is enormous, and it smells slightly sweeter in here. I haven't got the salty fishy smell. I'm looking forward to picking up some mangoes and maybe a few other things too.
Now we're at another section which is just filled with all sorts of chicken and meats, but there is no pork here. It's a Muslim country, and so pork isn't very common here in Malaysia at all, or in this area of Borneo. So loads of chickens that's just been butchered basically and sold over here. People are just grabbing it with tongs, putting it in the weighing scales and picking up the chicken that they want to take home. 2 tomatoes that you want. Wow, this market is alive. There's just voices everywhere, people are calling out. I feel like I have to shout for you to be able to hear me. This place is absolutely incredible. The noises are like nothing I've really experienced before, and I've been to a lot of markets around the world. Such an amazing place, and the people here are so different. They are from little families with babies, and kids have been seen sent off with some money to go and buy their family's needs, to chefs. I've seen some chefs walking around in their full chef's coats, ready to buy, I guess, what they need to be able to supply for their restaurants probably tomorrow.
What are you getting, Aspen?
I'm getting corn.
Oh my goodness, I'm so glad we came here to this market tonight.
Yeah, this was a crazy experience. Just everything going on. The sounds, walking through that fish market.
Yeah.
Everybody was just yelling different prices, some fish I'd never seen before. It was, yeah, it's full on, it's crazy.
I think, like I said earlier, we've been to so many different markets before, but this one definitely takes the biscuit. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's so different to the fish market we went to in Korea and like the markets we've been to in France. This one, I think, because you've got like barbecue food going on, like you can smell the food being cooked. You can come here, have dinner, do your shopping, hang out with friends and family. It's got
a really beautiful community sort of vibe to it as well. Everybody seems to know each other, and they're sitting together and eating together, which is great. But yeah, so we're going to wrap it up here. We've got an early start tomorrow.
I'm full of food and drink.
We will see you soon. Bye.